Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about Trump backing off of his immigration plan.
Yeah,
Gary will give you the deets.
He's doing the taco dance again.
Yeah.
So he wants to back off the level and intensity of deportations of undocumented workers who happen to be working as farm workers in the hospitality industry and in restaurants.
You mean all the stuff that led to the protests in San Diego and Los Angeles?
Yes,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, that thing. You know, he basically said that he had no idea the level of intensity the ICE raids were having, and as soon as he found out, he realized that he needed to step in and tone it down a bit.
Okay, I'm going to translate that for you. Holy crap, people are out there protesting. This is going to look really bad for us. We better back off a little bit till people calm down again, and then we can just start doing things on the down low.
And you know what happened was they're looking at economic data and employment data, and they're realizing that this is not a good look as far as the economy. I mean, we are on the brink of a recession. We'll have to see what the June information comes out. If GDP growth, if there was no growth, if the GDP shrunk, we're officially in a recession. So now he's like in a scramble and backpedal. And he justified it by saying, you know, these people are reaching out to me from these hotels and these farms saying that, you know, they've had these workers that have been working there for years and years and years, and they're really good people and they work really hard, and you know, we're getting rid of them, and these jobs are almost impossible to fill. And there was another article I read where he was blaming Biden's bad immigration policy because these positions that are almost impossible to fill are now being filled with bad immigrants, you know, bad undocumented workers. And it's all Biden's fault that the bad ones are getting the jobs. And we need to get the good ones back and get rid of the bad ones.
He riled up a bunch of people and he's running scared.
Yeah.
Plus, his parade's now over with. So now he doesn't need to act like the big, strong, tough guy that he tries to portray himself as. Have you seen clips of the parade?
It's, I think Midas Touch had the best quote. It's like, you had a party and nobody came.
Pretty much.
Oh my God. If he wasn't such an abhorrent individual, you'd almost feel bad for him. It was such a pathetic turnout. Now, granted, the coverage I saw was from Midas Touch, and you're not going to get a very balanced. You're going to definitely get a slanted view of it. But you see, like this one World War II training tank that's, you know, the barrel is like this thick, this big around. I mean, this thing couldn't punch a hole in the side of a brick wall, you know, even if you drove into it with the tank. And it's just like, and you see it going down the road, and you hear the tracks going squeak, 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 squeak. Yep. And it's just like, you know, and even Russia's making fun of him.
I was wondering if Russia was going to be making fun of Trump's big, beautiful parade.
They had Gavin Newsom put out what is it called when they clip a bunch of clips together, super clippers.
Cap cut.
Supercut.
CapCut.
So he put CapCut's that's the editing software. They put a supercut. So I think it was the Russians that put together a supercut of what Trump thought he was going to get, and they show like Kim Jong-un, you know, and all these thousands of people marching in perfect step and time, and big missiles, and you know all this big major military equipment, and what Trump actually got. And you see a bunch of soldiers they're marching not in step. You see the squeaky World War II target tank out there going squeak, 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 squeak. It was just like, it was such an embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's like
humiliation.
Total humiliation.
I would say that the readings, I don't know if we did it, but certainly the readings I did on that one came true. This was not going to be the parade that he wanted or expected. He was going to be very disappointed with it. I thought it was going to get rained out, but you know what? It was actually better. It got drizzled on. So just enough to make things damp and uncomfortable, but not that you can use it as an excuse for canceling it.
Right. And it just they showed like where his review stand was, right? And then the bleachers around it are like, like the first two rows are about 70% filled, and maybe like the last row has like about half filled, and everything else is empty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I Midas Touch said, of the dozens of people that turned out to go see this, it was a very disappointing parade. And then you compare it to, Gavin Newsom was doing a supercut of all the different protests, like in San Francisco and Los Angeles and whatnot. And you see tens of thousands of people in each of the protests.
Right.
I think the public has voiced their opinion on what they thought was more valuable.
Yeah, it's going to be alarming for a wannabe dictator that, the big strong showing of military force drew no one, and millions of people marched in major cities and smaller cities and rural areas too.
Yep. So yeah, I imagine he was probably not very happy last night.
No.
I don't know if he put anything on True Social about his great best parade ever, but I'm sure there was many ketchup bottles and plates that met their demise last night.
Not unless they're plastic. All right, so you're going to read on the energy of deportations
on what's going on with on Trump being a taco with these undocumented workers. It's just like, well, he's starting to learn. We all have our path. Some of us walk directly to the point and stand on it and stomp up and down and shout and wave our banners. Other people need to take the scenic route. So let's see the energy around Trump, realizing that his immigration deportation policy is not going the way he thought it was going to go. I think this is a perfect foundation. The Nine of Swords, the whole anxiety and dread, seeing all these people that are up in arms, like the protests in Los Angeles. And it's a peaceful protest. There are sections of Los Angeles that have gotten violent and gotten lawless, but for the most part, it's a peaceful protest. Now, depending on which news agency you watch, you would have a completely different opinion of what's going on there. But for the people that are down there that are in the comment section, they're saying it's basically a peaceful protest. This is causing him all sorts of headaches and nightmares because his immigration policy was a great big victory. Getting rid of all these people was the mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony.
Quoting Python.
Underneath it all is the star. He's worried about his star power. His ability to manifest, his ability to be the popular guy, everyone's favorite president. The protests and all the backlash he's getting is affecting him. It's affecting his star power. In the past, you've got the Four of Pentacles, my favorite trump card. This is gold, mine. He's going to do whatever benefits him. He's going to do. So he thought this was the easiest ticket to being a dictator for life. Now he might still be a dictator for life. We don't know how long he's going to live. Hopefully less than 4 years. Then we won't have to prove anything about elections. Current energy is the Six of Cups. Oh, when I said deport all the undocumented people, I didn't mean the ones that were really nice people that work hard and do things of value for us and take all the crappy jobs that your typical American doesn't want to do for the wages that we pay them. Oh, let's be friends instead. I didn't realize. Do you like my red hat? Once again, overarching energy, the red hat syndrome, Two of Pentacles. He's trying to find a balance because he realizes that he's screwed up. And now he's trying to backpedal like crazy, trying to find that neutral ground that makes him look like he knows what he's doing and what he's doing is actually effective. I'm sorry, but the people on the ground protesting aren't buying this crap, by the way. The lesson to be learned, King of Pentacles, you got to take care of all your people. This isn't just doing what the Republicans want or what MAGA wants or what, you represent all of the United States. And there's a bunch of us, probably a majority of us, that disagree with your policies. And that's the lesson to be learned. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are, doesn't matter how much power you have, you need to take care of everybody. Outcome is the moon. He's confused. He doesn't know the path forward yet. He's trying to find it. He's trying to find a balance because he wants his star power back.
Hold it.
What?
Now go back down there.
Yep.
Reread this as his birthday party.
Oh,
his birthday party parade. Read it just like that.
Okay. Birthday parade. Oh my God.
How did you feel about it?
This party really sucked. This was horrible. I was supposed to get this great victory party because I'm a big star.
Yep.
And I want everything. I want my party. I've wanted this since 2017 when I was in France and Bastille Day. And, because in France, because this is a very European look, it had such a great look, and people realized how wonderful it was to have a big, strong military to take care of you. And as my MAGA, this shows MAGA how strong I am and all the things of value I bring, because I'm the big, strong man. But I'm very confused because this did not go the way I hoped it would go.
You know that part I say when the reading reads really quickly, you got it?
Well, we did have a long intro that touched on both subjects.
Yeah. I think it kind of tells me him backing off on the immigration stuff is solely because he was trying to present as a strong man, and he wanted people not to focus on the mention of the Epstein files, not focus on tacos. He's going to be a strong man. He's going to have a big, strong military parade, and everybody should pay attention to that. And now that the parade's over with, he can back off on all the other stuff because the news cycle is going to change.
Yeah, well, he was backing off, I think, on Friday on this stuff here. So this is not all new news, but certainly to your point, he was so focused on his little parade.
Yeah.
And that thing was such a disaster. I mean, I don't think even Stephen Chung can spin this one.
Oh yeah, he can. He can make it. He can say it was the best 250th Army parade ever in the United States.
So I kind of vacillated between feeling kind of bad for Trump because this thing was such an unmitigated disaster, and being really pissed off that it cost the taxpayers between $30 and $40 million for this shit show.
Yeah,
parade. Let's cut a bunch of benefits to people who really need it, so that we could have the world's worst military parade ever.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen full coverage of it, so I'm sure parts of it must have been more impressive than the clips I was seeing. No.
Sparsely attended.
Yeah.
Unimpressive.
Oh my God.
It's like a bunch of middle schoolers, disinterested middle schoolers, being forced to do a parade.
There was no heart in that parade.
Exactly. That's what I mean. There was no passion in it. It wasn't like they're in the military blues, marching smartly in step, or anything along those lines. It was just like, yeah, okay, we got to do this. Okay, fine. I'm assuming it was a protest by the military leaders that, okay, we'll give you a parade, but that doesn't mean you're going to get what you think you're going to get.
Maybe.
Back to immigration here. What's the next step with Holman and the Trump administration as it deals with immigration? What's their next move here?
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, Queen of Wands. Okay, they're thinking about what their next action is. And it's about getting rid of people. They're going to go back to getting rid of people. The Five of Swords energy of no compromise, losing, walking away. I don't think
You know what I
It
mean?
could be that they're looking at this as a no-win situation for them. That could certainly be it.
What
But
I'm getting on this is Holman wants to do a whole bunch more, but
yeah,
his challenge is Trump wants him to back it down.
yeah, I would agree with you on that. Um, Underneath it is the Seven of Wands. It's a bit of a conflict going on. It is Holman's department, so he should be winning all ties. But yeah, I think Trump is trying to tie his hands behind his back, and he's not for that yet. And this is one of those things that's a problem with Trump and the Trump administration, is that Trump isn't a leader. He is not a visionary. He does not come up with a theme and then drive that theme forward and then hire really competent people to implement his vision.
Right.
What he has is a bunch of mercenaries, yes men, and sharks who are going to go do their own thing on their own agenda. So it's chaos. It's not a uniform thing. It's every man for himself, which is why Trump can probably honestly say, "I had no idea he was doing all this." Of course you don't, because you turn him loose to his own devices, and you're worried about your stupid parade.
Yeah.
Man, child.
He's disengaged the way Reagan was disengaged.
Oh yeah, Reagan was. Yeah, both are mentally declining.
He just decentralized everything, and these guys were just running off doing their own thing.
Yep, and that's what's happening again. Past strength card. It's, to me, this is the strength to do what you want to do. You just tell him what you're doing. He says, "Sounds great to me," or don't even tell him. Just do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Current situation is the Sun card.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you got the sunflowers here.
Well, to me, what I'm seeing is in the past, the strength is this was our strong thing. This was going to show us how strong we were, what tough guys we were. But now the sun's coming out, and we're realizing that we're getting rid of people that are very helpful.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I think it's more the Holman starting to understand where he's standing in here, how much of the president's backing that he has.
Yep.
And he's going to have to go off. Basically, he's still going to go off on his own and do his own thing. Oh, yeah, but you're going to be walking off a cliff here if you're not careful. Because, again, if things go sideways, you're going to get blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you either get, if things go the way Trump wants, Trump will take credit for it. If things don't go the way Trump wants, he'll blame you for it.
Yes.
It's kind of a no-win situation. There we go with that right there. Outcome, 9 of Cups. Guess what? If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging, doing the things that I want to do. I suspect Holman's going to ignore Trump.
Yeah.
He's going to just keep doing what he's doing and be his worst self and figure that Trump will can't pay attention to this all the time. He'll go focus on something else, and then Holman will be right back to unfettered control over the situation.
Oh, yeah.
All right, chicken tacos. Anything else you want to read on that?
Yeah, I want to let's do a quick read. What's the relationship with Holman and Trump going to look like?
Yeah,
because now they're going to be somewhat at odds. Let's see what their relationship looks like. Just do a little four-carder. It doesn't have to be. I don't need to solve all their marital.
No, you don't.
Okay, so we got the Two of Pentacles. They're trying to find that balance of getting rid of all the brown people and somehow keeping the ones, coming up with some narrative on why some of them need to stay. God, I'm getting the same cards. The Nine of Swords. It's just a huge nightmare situation that this policy has put this administration in. Yeah, they thought they had this victorious strategy because they were going to get rid of people and send them out, but maybe they should have spent a little more time thinking about it. So how's this impacting the relationship? It's a nightmare situation. One side thinks they're winning because the other side just, I want to get rid of more, and they both should think a little bit more. I don't know. Let's get a clarifier. Just anything more I need to know about the relationship. You got the Eight of Wands, a lot of communications. Trump is in charge, and he wants his celebratory session. I'm thinking if this relationship goes south, it's like Dave said, he's going to throw Holman under the bus.
Yeah,
it's just, this is not. He'll just throw him under the bus. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
Once the Emperor card plays out.
And for my throw, it's got the Lover's card with the Five of Swords underneath it. He's not going to get rid of Holman, but there's going to be a struggle, a power struggle here. And I think Holman's going to say, hey, let me do what I'm going to do. All right. I got a plan. I'm going to put it in place. But the thing is, Holman can talk about what he wants to do. He doesn't control his own destiny, though. Trump controls his destiny.
Right.
Holman screws up, he's out.
Yeah, and that's what that Emperor card is. It's just Trump's going to get his way.
Yeah.
Because I'm the Emperor.
I think Holman's going to convince him to let him continue doing what he's doing. But if it politically does not work out, or the political winds shift, or Laura Loomer decides that Tom Holman isn't who she wants as, secretary of whatever, then he'll be out the door. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight, and leave a comment. I read them all and respond to many.
And unlike those silly other Twin Tarot channels that don't go out and protest and instead make bread during the day.
I'm actually making bread right now.
No, you're not. You're recording a video.
Oh, yes. Well,
you may not believe it, but I'm cleaning the oven.
Yeah, well, you're so impressive. Yes, we give shout outs to our viewers, like the Goofy Girl, Elaine Masterson. Hi, Elaine. Good to see you.
Is Elaine a Goofy Girl?
She is the Goofy Girl 67.
Ah.
Apparently, there's 66 ahead of her. Yes. She had to think about that one. And then, let's see. Maka Skinner, Gretchen Fadden. Hi, Gretchen. She just left a comment on our channel there. Oh yeah, she's playing the spring.
Strong comments.
Oh, and here's one that we both know. Katie and Proud just left a couple of comments. Hi, Katie.
That's right. And then we got the Six of Swords for Katie and Proud.
Yes, she wants to put us on a boat and ship us out of here.
We can only hope. All right, everyone. Thank you again. And before we go, a secret card for the rest of us.
Ooh. Oh, the tower.
Great secret card, pal.
Yeah, we didn't get our lightning strike on Trump's parade, but guess what? We didn't need it. It still really sucked.
Yeah, that house of cards collapsed on its own, didn't it?
It did. If you haven't had a chance, take a look at our video today on the Pope's messaging, and I put a link to his message. If you haven't seen it, it's out there on YouTube. Just type Pope Leo the 14th message, and it's about an 8-minute video where he's sharing his message about hope to the people. It's actually really powerful. I truly enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really cool.
All right, take care. We'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.